Hello. Okay, sorry. Welcome. We're back with sprints. We're here for our weekly productivity sprints. Yeah, so I'm sorry I'm late. I was eating and then got distracted. Two things were both true at the same time. But yeah, so we have productivity strengths. I finished reading last time, so now I am at the point where I need to start writing again in the prequel. So I need to figure out where the hell to go forward. The downsides of being like a discovery writer. I do have I have grape powder on my finger. I do have a timeline because the book or the novella takes place in 1 month. Excuse me. So yeah, okay. So according to my timeline, this is when Ty declares her love for Ella. So the fact that I have grape powder under my nails is extremely distracting. Yeah, okay, so that's where we're going. From there, I just need to get in the mindset. That's what needs to happen. We also have one more spirit to get in Spirit City. So we can do that today also. And then we'll be all caught up with collecting spirits. So that took us about a month. Yeah, about a month to collect all the new spirits. Plus the spring one that came out too. And now we just need to wait for the next update. Also, they did update the timer. Let's go in. I can show you. So they updated the timer, and now it looks just like it did before. So, which is great. Let me actually bring this over. Does that look good? Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, let me stop that. Okay. So yeah, the timer looks better. If you're wondering, if you have this and you're wondering how to fix that, if you go into settings, there's now a bunch of options you can do. The style timer circle is what we have old. And if you enable hide the countdown timer, it will look exactly how it did before. But if you disable it, it will still have the numbers in the center, which is a lot of what a bunch of people were asking for previously when we were talking about updating the timer, was just to add numbers so we'd know actually how much time we'd have left, besides guessing with the circle. So they gave us the option. So yes, that's great. But I think we're going to... Let's actually go to the kitchen. We'll do some typing in the kitchen to just chill for our first sprint. That way we kind of wait for more people to show up, and then we'll do the new spirit. That way people don't miss out. Also, I don't know if I care about the spring sounds, honestly. Let's go back to the lo-fi beats. And we have our rain. We'll have some keyboard tapping. There we go. So we're gonna do, let's do 15. Yeah, let's do 15 so I can read a little bit and get in a mindset, and then we'll see who shows up during this sprint. So hold on, I need to lower my volume a little bit. And here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, and go. All right. We are back from that squint. Hello, JC. Welcome, welcome. Did you get to eat? I started late because I was still eating. How did you like the new timer? They improved it, supposedly. Though I actually agree. I do like the circle again, and now that we can have the numbers in it, they gave us here a lot more like customizable control, which is nice. But I have realized when I was rereading over a couple of things that I need to find a name for a character. And I need to find, and it's an important character, so I'm going to have to take a while to hunt for this name. I mean, I don't need the name until like the end of the book, or end of the novella, but I do need to do that because he's important. Well, not necessarily important. Again, you don't need to read this prequel in order to read the main book, but fun Easter egg. Warming up my food now. Ooh, what's for dinner? I like that the circle is back. Yeah. Me too. And I like that it has like the number now, because you can take off the number and it can go back to how it was before where there was no number, but I like that we have a number now. I'm just trying to like figure out sizing. Oh, I think that looks better. Okay, I think we'll keep it at that size. Let me check YouTube real quick. Yeah, that's fine. I can close this tab. Let's see. Just baked chicken and some teriyaki noodles and corn. Ooh. I had some ramen. I had bought a bowl of ramen that said that they had wontons in it, so I thought maybe it would be like dumpling soup. But it had like 2 little dumplings that quickly dissolved, and like pieces of one I think that broke or something. So it was very sad. Not worth the price. Even though you did get more noodles than like a regular ramen box, I feel like maybe question mark. But it tasted like the classic like Mushin ramen, like the ramen, the only ramen you used to be able to buy ever, the one that was like 99 cents packets. Like it tasted like that. And then I had like a can of chicken from, I assume it was from the food bank that my grandmother gave me, because she didn't want it. I assume that's where it came from. I don't remember buying chicken in the can. So I had that. I opened that and put some of that in there. So that way it would have protein, because I'm supposed to eat protein to help balance my sugars. So I added protein to it, because ramen don't have protein. It has nothing but salt and carbs. Well, the newer ramens now have like vegetable packets in there, like dehydrated vegetable packets. But still, yeah, mostly like salt and carbs. I'm really glad that I have a timeline for this book, because I'm like, I really ironed out what I want the end and the epilogue to be. Or I shouldn't say the end, actually. There's still one question I have about the end. The epilogue. I have ironed out the epilogue. That's what I should say when I say the end. The epilogue. I know what the epilogue is going to be like. And I was like, I know where I need to keep going, but I don't remember if I've thought about how to get there. So I'm glad I have my timeline so I don't go too off track. That is something that's nice, I've realized, being that all 3 of these books are very timing is or actually this one and the second one are time heavy. Like time is important, the like timetable, versus the first one there is no timetable. Except for like the very end when they go into space and I'm trying to like calculate how long it's going to take to get from like planet to planet. And I like that, because I feel like it's not an outline, but I can still keep track of the pace of the story. Though I'm definitely not going to do that for every story. Like, no, because it's not every story will need me to like have a very strict timetable. Like the new series coming up definitely does not have that, at least from what I've thought about right now. So yep. versus Hunger's Desire also has a timetable, which is nice, especially for that serialized, because it's serialized, versus the new serialization I haven't started yet that I want to start will not have a timetable, even though it's a time travel book. So, yeah. Oh wait, I think we've waited enough. Let's do a 30. See how far I can. Do I want to do 30? I put it in there and suddenly feel like it's so much time. No, we're gonna go to 25. Oh no, that's way too much. There we go, 25. That makes me feel better. Do 25. And... Oh wait, we were gonna do the spirit. I forgot about that. Hold on. We have to be simmering. What else did it say? Place ingredients into a pot and bring to boil. Listen to the bubbles to know when it's done. Lunchtime. So afternoon. And I'm not typing anymore. Wait, did it say simmering or bubbling? Perfect. Bubbles. All right. Oh, we can stop the rain. That's nice. All right. 25 minutes. Oh, hold on. Let me get the correct thing up. There we go. 25 minutes. And 1, 2, 3. Go. All right, we're back. Sorry, I had to suddenly run to the restroom. I was like, oh, I have to go. But Esther stopped by, say hi while she's ready for bed. Yay. Thank you for coming to hang out. I'm going to assume JC is now eating her chicken and teriyaki noodles. I am weaving my way through this. I am unsure of how dark I kind of want to make this moment that Terry is having with Lilith in defending Emanuela and then needing to send Lilith away, just like Emanuela did with Raphael. I'm not sure. Because the first time we see Lilith in book 1, it goes dark. It goes very dark because it triggers Lucian and their PTSD, and we find out officially that there's been some assault stuff, SA stuff going on, and really how soft Lucian is. Not in the sense of Lucian can't be a commander or anything like that, but they're not evil. But there are evil demons, Lilith. And I'm just not sure in this little novella, especially if you read this first before book 1, so this is actually the first time you're seeing her. How dark do I want to make her? How evil do I want to make her? Because in book 3, or book 2, excuse me, we only mention Lilith for a hot second, and that's it. She's not the main bad guy or anything like that. She just hot second mentioned, bim bam done. Never thought about it again. This is what I'm struggling with. As I was writing words, I'm like, how far do I push this? How dark do I want to make this be? Because in the end, or I should say the end of this interaction. I shouldn't say chapter because I don't know. The end of this interaction is when Terry is going to officially publicly announce that she loves Emanuela to Lilith. And in this way, they've now both personally, privately declared that they love each other, and then publicly declared that they've loved each other to their respective sides. But before I get there, the positive light at the end of the tunnel, but it's not death. How dark do I want to make this tunnel? That is my question as I was writing this. I'm like, how bad do I want this to be? Ugh. I do not know. This is a problem. I've gotten a pop-up twice now or once at the beginning, and now because I accidentally clicked something. So, but them advertising their like comments on screen, and I'm like, interesting. They're trying to definitely compete with like OBS, where you can do that with OBS. I do not do that because it's distracting and a lot on screen. Like, I'm a VOD watcher and I like to watch VODs, and it is sometimes kind of nice to see the chat, but at the same time, it's a lot on screen. It's just a lot on screen. Just a lot. And I'm just like, ugh, too much. I'm also really craving a pickle, but I ate my last pickle last night. And I'm very sad about that. Okay, now I'm getting distracted. Let's start a new timer. So I can focus. Yes. New timer. 25 minutes. And 1, 2, 3, go. All right, all back. I had to turn off the camera and like take a moment to really like not be perceived and think about what to do. But I got there and I like what I wrote. But we had JC come back from some food. I hope it was good. And JC saying good night to Esther. But we have a couple things to do. We have points. Yay us. And we have our spirit. How cute. Cappy bun. Let's see. These laid-back spirits love spending their day lazing around in the kitchen, especially when food is cooking. You'll often find Cappy Bun simmering leisurely in any pot of soup, sauce, or stew you put to boil on the stove. But you needn't worry about the heat because the butter pat on the spirit's head helps regulate its temperature. Indeed, they seem to much prefer hot soups to cold soups, which makes them which makes them chilly. I've recently observed that when Cabby Bun sneezes, a puff of flour comes out of its nose. It dissipates right after without leaving a trace. Oh my god, that's so cute. Okay. Cabby buns are herbivores, and you can tell what one has recently eaten because their bread-like appearance changes to match for up to a day later. Some of the spirits' favorite treats are garlic, olive, raisins, and bananas. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Stop the soup simmering. Don't you like it right now? So, my glasses. Let's see what other forms it has. I'm curious. Where is it at? Here it is. Oh, there we go. Oh, pizza. So like a pizza bread. Okay. Is this supposed to be like sweet bread, maybe? Garlic. That's kind of cute. Pretzel. I'm going to say another sweet bread, probably like jam. And then I know this is supposed to be like the spring one, but what kind of bread is this supposed to be? I don't understand that one. We should stay on theme. And then this one's the special one. That's cute. I like the pizza one. I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to use it right now, but I like it. Let's go back to our puppy. There we go. Cute, right? Right. All right, well, that is the last of our spirits that we needed to hunt down. And I don't want to be in the kitchen anymore, so let's go to the desk. And I'm going to change this back to nighttime. There we go. I'm going to give us that keyboard typing. There we go. All right. What are you going to be working on, JC, now that you're back from food? Food has been consumed. You're going to do some reading, editing, some writing. I have not watched the VOD that just came out. But I did catch up on the other two. And I'm very glad that you got a car battery. I'm glad that you were able to find someone to like take you over there. You're just existing right now. That is fair. I understand that. Oh, I have no idea, honestly. I saw that first. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Though I was surprised. I think I know I did. I put this in the comment section where you were like worried about coming back at a certain time in the hopes of getting one of the gentlemen that had helped you earlier to jump your car to change out your battery. And I was just like, that's not that hard. was all I could think of. And then I was and then I was like, yeah, she's an old car, so it's even easier. And then I was like, well, battery's heavy. And then later I was like, oh, well, not everybody had a good like parent, dad that like made sure you were capable. Because I may not be car savvy like my sister and my brothers and my dad, but my dad at least made sure I knew how to do basic stuff so I would not be dependent on a man, which is great because my husband knows nothing, so I know more than him, and it's really nice that one of us knows something. My car is 2010. Yeah, so like your battery is probably not in a weird spot. Like my SUV that I have is a 2014, and the first time I had to change the battery out, I was like, how the fuck do I do this? Like, where is the battery, first of all? And I had to actually get my dad to come over, and we realized that there's like a computer sitting on top of my battery, and then it has a cover, and that is why I couldn't find it. Versus my car that my husband drives now every day, pretty much, the battery is just right there, and I've changed it multiple times, and I'm like. And it is hard. You have to unscrew the bolts, and you don't have tools. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I have basic tools. Again, parent being like, you will not. I mean, if I was not at home, I'd have a problem because I do not carry tools in my car, which is, I know, something I should fix. But in my house, I have tools to take the car battery out and like do basic things. And no, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's not old, man. 2010 for cars, it is. For a car, it's old. Like around like mid 20-teens, there was a lot of like electronic shifts in the car industry, from what I understand. Again, I'm not an expert, but like in that like section of like automobiles, like there was a shift on like the structure of cars and stuff like that. So like how things work is different from like the like 20-teens to now. And yeah, that's what I understand, because I think like one of my dad's tools only goes up to 2015, I believe. And then he ended up having to buckle down and buy something new because I had a newer vehicle, my brother had a newer vehicle, and he couldn't use his original tool to do anything because our cars were too young. And a lot of stuff kind of like ends right at that like middle teen mark, and people needed to like upgrade their equipment. So it's not old to me. I mean, it's not old, but in car years, it's old. It's kind of like in medical years, where like if I say back then and I'm referring to like COVID or like post-COVID, like 2020s, like it's technically wasn't that long ago, but for medical, that was like a long time ago because it moves so quickly. Oh, don't make me feel like a gazillion. No. But see, these are separate. Like years for us to like years for cars, or like science, medical science, two totally different things. Totally different things. Very different. If someone had told me something else was built in like 2010, or, you know, like a kid was born then, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's not that old. You're young. Like, whatever. But like for a car, I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of old. Yeah, very different. Very different. And again, plus the only reason I know this stuff is because my dad is very car savvy, mechanic-ish, and my sister went to mechanic school. So the only reason I even have an inkling of any of this information. It's also like they make cars even harder to like do things on your own now anyways, because like for my car, I can do a lot of things on my own on it without needing help. The very first time I had a headlight go out on my SUV, I'm like, oh, I can do this. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I changed the lights in the family SUV as part of like learning how to do things. Like the light went out. My dad made me do it. And he kind of helped me, but I also kind of had to figure it out on my own. And this was before like we had like YouTube be able to teach us shit. And or at least in my house. And like I said, I've changed stuff in my car, but our current SUV, that is a 2017, it is so fucking difficult to change literally the headlight. You have to like take apart the vehicle a little bit in order to do it. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, how is someone supposed to be able to do that on their own? So annoying. So annoying. Like, I had to recently have someone change out the backlight, the blinker light in the SUV because I was going to do it. I procrastinated a little bit because it's a little bit hard, but it's easier than the front light. And then I had to have surgery. And I had no confidence that my husband could do it on his own, even with me directing him. Because I'm like, if it's difficult for me, love him, but he's not going to be able to. So I finally just decided when we went to get our oil changed, I like, can you guys replace the light? Because I'm in still no shape to physically have to like pull apart part of the backing to change the fucking light. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, I can't do any of that. I also can't change a tire. Oh, I can't change tires now because they're like drilled into the car, and fuck that. I can't break the bolts anymore. I can't. I used to be able to, but now everyone like drills in the bolts, and I can't. No, girl, I don't want to know how to do any of that. That is the one thing that I'm okay with the stereotypes men do cars. I do not. That is fair. That is very fair. And I think part of the reason my dad really wanted us to be able to do things is because so many women in our family married toxic, bad men. And part of that was because they were dependent on men. And he really wanted us to be able to be independent and not need to rely on a man. Like, we could rely on a man and like be equal, like they rely on us and we rely on them, like be partners, but not be like so dependent on a man because we couldn't do anything for ourselves. And that was really something that my dad was really pushed on, which I appreciate because like I said, now is great because my husband is not that kind of man who's like car, like change his own oil. Like, no, not that person. Not that I know how to change the oil, but like not that person. So it's great that I know how to do certain things, like how to hold a hammer correctly and like use screwdriver and all the heads to varying degrees, like stuff like that. Like my bookshelves I put together, and I had one of them my husband helped me with, and oh my god, I like after he helped me with one, I kicked him out. I'm like, nope, you're only here to be cute and be a muscle and not say anything because you're not being helpful. I mean, that's fair. I get that. Yeah, that's a good dad. Yeah, perhaps if I had a dad, I would have appreciated it. Yeah. No. And it's, again, one of those things where it's like I feel like for me and my sister, I don't think about the advantage of that. Because even though my dad really pushed us to be strong women, and sometimes he like backtracked on a couple things as we got older, but he set that in motion for both of us. Sometimes to his own detriment. But yeah. But those were not the cards I was. Yeah. I'm sorry. Now I can hold a hammer right, and I can put stuff together and use a screwdriver and a drill. Yeah. I actually came across. Was it a TikTok? I think it was a TikTok. This woman mechanic or handy woman whose like whole thing is that she wanted to teach other women how to be self-sufficient, and she even like wrote a book too. I caught like a couple videos before like the algorithm stopped giving it to me because I wasn't hearting it. But I was like, that's great because of this exact situation. There are more women and girls who are not taught this because it's not their place, than there are taught, like me and my sister, especially my sister, being that she got to the point of like she literally went to mechanic school and was top of her class and had the dean's recommendation for a job, and she didn't get it. And not that they said it, but we all think that she didn't get it because she was a girl and because she's short. So, yep. It's sad that this is an issue and a problem for sure. Yeah. Well, with that revelation, let me put the timer back up. There we go. And let's do another 25 minutes. LOL. Yeah. Yep. Banner. Okay. All right. 25 minutes. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, go. finished the chapter. Today, I guess, is a day of like I cannot be perceived typing for some reason. I really just could not think until I switched the camera off. All right, so I finished the chapter. And now I have to think about, or I have to look to see what happens the next day. Oh no, I give them a few days of joy before they actually have to come up with a plan. So I should probably skip some time. Time skip. Yeah. Because what chapter does this make this? This makes... Oh, I didn't put numbers because of course I didn't put numbers. Because that would be too smart. But I can title it. It puts me at 23K in like a half. So yeah, I should probably time jump because how long is the novella? Is it 25K? 25K is in my head for some reason. Or is it 30? I feel like 25K makes sense because 50K is like the bare minimum for a novel. Is it 25? Not that I'm going to focus too hard on word count. That's what gave me a problem last time. But I also would not like to overwrite either. And this is a good time to be like, should I write a little bit of them like being in joy, or should I time skip forward so we can start coming up with a plan? Hold on, let me Google that. Okay, between 14. Why did I say I took the 1 and the 4 and smooshed them together. Oh my god. Between 17 and 40K. Okay. So maybe I'll try to keep it under 30 then. For this zero draft. Because then I'll have to fix it and edit it. For like 2025 or shorts, I would say a novella is more like 40. Okay. So maybe I'll try to keep it around 30 for this zero draft. And then when I go back to edit it, because when I was reading it through to remember the story, there were definitely things I need to change and like adjust, and that would up the word count. So yeah, I think if I try to keep this so far at 30-ish, roughly, and then when I go back to do my first edit cleanup, then it can keep going up. Yeah. Like when I do my novellas for me, for my pen name, they're going to be in the 40K range. Okay. Okay. Why did I have 25K in my head? Maybe 25K was in my head because originally this was going to be a short, and then I was like, I have too much to put into this. It's never going to be a short. Or it can just be like a short novella. Yeah. But at least I know the top is 40. So I just need to be able to call it a novella. So, because I'm not. This prequel is going to be free, so it's not like I'm worried about making money off of it. So, because it's going to be my like reader magnet, and then after a little bit I'll probably just put it up for free online to buy. Probably just digital. I don't think this one will be a physical. Or if maybe I do make it physical, you have to buy it through me. That's a problem for later. I don't need to contemplate that issue right now. So when you're talking about your shorts, is this the romance pen name you're talking about? So I thought you were doing shorts like everybody else. I didn't realize you were doing novellas. Hi, Laura. I hope work went well. Laura would know for sure. What is the word count for a novella? I mean, JC looked it up. But Laura, I feel like, would know off the top of her head. I'm changing it to romantic suspense novellas. Oh, so that's why you went from shorts to novellas. That makes sense. That's a lot of stuff to put in. That's kind of where I was at, where I'm like, this is a erotic romance, and in order to get the erotic plot in and the romance plot in, it can't be a short. Work went great. Then my family and I went out to dinner. Ooh, where did you go? Where did you go eat? Yes, highs. I would guess. There we go. Google was right. Google did not steer us wrong. That's what JC looked up and said too. Panera. I don't think I've ever been to Panera. I have had, I think, some bread from there. I think ? I'm not sure. Haven't been in years. Yeah, it was always one of those like places I grew up being like, oh, those are frou-frou places. Like, they're expensive. People with money go there. And then it was just one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to. What's the point? But I would be open to it if I went there with somebody, for sure. I did finally try, is it Beyond Bread? I think it's Beyond Bread, because the doctor bought me food one day. Me and then a couple of other clerks as like a thank you for everything we do for him. And it was all right. It was very like frou-frou food. It was okay. Apparently I just don't have a refined palate. I could start a new journal. Yay! In June. I was working on my Happy Pride Month stuff. And I'm hoping I have enough like dexterity control to paint my nails in the Omni flag like I usually do. So that's what I'm hoping for. I don't think I have any stickers to put over it this year, because usually my first set of nails are the colors and then a cute sticker over it, like a see-through nail wrap. And then later, as it starts falling apart, I repaint my nails just the color to end out the month. But I don't think I have any wraps this time, and I definitely don't have the money to buy new wraps. I'll have to see what I have. I love food. I like food too. I'm just like, I like my comfort foods, and I'm really bad at exploring food. I'm a lover of what's in my comfort circle, and I'm like, I look over it and I'm like, I'm gonna stay here. I should set up my new journal on Wednesday. Yay! That's fun. I'm excited for everyone who does things like that. And then I think it would be a great idea. And then I actually think about the logistics of doing that. And I'm like, no. That's just too much to think about on a daily basis or even a weekly basis. Nope. Nope. No. No, no, no. But I love watching other people be excited for their journals and planners and things. It's a lot of work. It is. Yep. And I take joy in the people who take joy in doing the work and allowing me to just watch. Yep. Let me count how many journals I've actually filled that are on my shelf. Oops. Yeah, that I know is also a problem. That's my other thing too, is I like looking at the covers of journals. I'm like, oh, that's pretty, especially those that are like old school with like leather. And I'm like, oh, that's so pretty, but it's just going to sit there because I'm never going to do anything with it. For a little bit, I was world building by hand. And then it just stopped working one day. So it was okay for me to have like notebooks. And now I just don't use them again. I don't know. I may put some stickers in one of my empty notebooks. And make it a sticker journal. But I don't know. Let's see. This is my 9th actually full one. Oh, that's great. Oh, wait. I don't have water. I got to do that in the next sprint. That sounds like fun. My sister is the like scrapbooker person. She's really good at that. She enjoys that. Though she kind of started doing it because it was a mixture of like for school, for one of her clubs, and then also because it's something physical that she can look through, because she's very worried that one day, like my mom, she'll start losing her memory with her seizure disorder. It's like there are pockets of my mom's memory that are just gone, that she just doesn't remember. And my sister has very, like when she was really young, she has pockets of like emptiness. So she's kind of afraid of that happening again. So she as an adult now, that is her like one of her number one drives to doing scrapbooking, is to have that like physical memory, so that if she forgets, she can at least like look through it. And I'm like, that's great. Still way too much work for me. I just don't want to. I'd rather do other things. But I'm glad that it gives her joy, and like other people who again like do journaling, and especially the ones who do like the like dot journals and like completely do spreads on their own. I'm like, that is art. You did art, person. That's amazing. A+ for you. I'm just gonna sit here and doodle random shit. I was on hold for like ever, it felt like, to get a hold of a GI doctor, like a stomach doctor for a patient. And I just I started doodling and then I realized I was making a flower. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Because I was just stuck on hold. Just stuck on hold. Amanda Darda. Oh, okay. So you do all the work. Amazing. Doodling is fun. It can be fun. Now that I can like hold the pen for a little bit longer and I can do a little bit more things. Oh wait, I wonder if I can hold my charcoal without making a mess or hurting myself. Now that like I don't have I don't have like an open wound, so I don't have to worry about getting dirty. So because when I take out my charcoal, it is a mess. It's nothing pretty. I am messy to my husband's distress. All right. I'm gonna do 30 minutes because I have to go to the bathroom again and get more water. Yay for no open wounds. Yep. It's all closed. It's now more working on like getting the scar not as sensitive and getting it to be like soft so that I can like move my hand like all the other scars, like the scar that's on my knee that I did to myself in elementary school. No, was I not? How old was I? I was in elementary school. Yeah, when that happened. That was a time. Okay. Let's do 30 minutes. And 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Done with that one. I had to think really hard on how to move the story forward. I think I'm not going to address the fact that we skip time. Because if I have to, it can literally just be a couple sentences of like, we continue exploring the moon settlement or something like that if I need to. But I don't think it's necessary. Just move on to the next part where they're coming up with their plan. Yes. Well, I already started that, so can't change it. I mean, I can, but I'm telling myself I can't. I've already made a choice. Ah, stupid eye. JC, did you decide to work on something? Or are you still just existing? Ow. Hand feels a little bit sore. It's not swollen, just a little bit sore. I think I'm gonna do a 20-minute sprint. See how my hand feels after that. This might be last sprint, depending on how I feel. Because sore can easily turn into swollen, or sore is just telling me to stop. So we'll see. But I want to kind of finish this starting thought that I did. Or at least I don't feel comfortable stopping here. I'm working on setting up my storefront on a new platform. Oh yes, I remember you talking about that on your, I was gonna say VOD, but that's not true. Vlog. Wrong V word. There you go. I have to think about, not right now, but eventually I'll have to think about stuff like that once I put out more things than if I go to events as an author. I have to think about that. Yep. But I hope the new platform works better for you. Mm-hmm. You too. All right. I think we're going to do the 20 minutes. And we'll see how I feel. If the soreness goes away, we'll keep going for the rest of this hour. If I'm still sore or more sore, what the hell? Sore, then I'll stop. So, yes. All right. 20 minutes. And 1, 2, 3, go! All right. We're going to end it here. I'm still a little sore, but also I got to a point where I'm like, I ended a scene, not the chapter, but a scene, and I feel like I'm happy right here and don't want to start something where I might get lost. So I think that's good. I'll stop. I'll eat something, stretch my hand out, and ice it. So that's it. Those are the plans. But talking about plans, this Friday there will be no stream because it's the first Friday I have to start working. There will be a short that will publish at 7 because that's when I usually stream, 7:30. So there'll be, hold on, I have sneak peekies. Hold on, let me see. Oh, so nice. I like it. Yay. No stream. What am I going to fill my doors time with? I'm sorry. I don't know. If I didn't have to work, I would be here, but they're making me. So, I have a short explaining again for like, I don't know, about the 4th time if you haven't heard it already, of me needing it, being kind of forced-ish into going back to work full time. So this is the first Friday we're gonna miss. Next Friday I do not work, and we will have normal game night. I don't know what we're doing, but we'll have game night. But ironically, to kind of make up for no Friday stream, I realized this much later. Tomorrow we're having special stream with the, I'm gonna affectionately start calling us the gaming writers, with Des and Laura and Bungle, and we're gonna be doing Repo again. So it's already scheduled on my channel. So you can go over there and hit the little notification button so you'll know when it goes live. Des and Bungle will be live on Twitch, but of course I'll be live here. Excuse me. I don't think Laura's gonna go live. And yeah, so we'll have some more chaos in Repo tomorrow at 6 my time. So yes, it's kind of gonna make up for the fact that I won't be streaming Friday, ironically, but yes, that is happening tomorrow. Trust me, I totally understand making that money. The extra money will be nice, but honestly, it's not for the money. It's literally my work not giving me a choice. So yeah, in a certain kind of way, no one like held a knife to me and was like, you have to do this, but in a way it was kind of there. So yeah, because we're doing okay. Well, the last month and a half has not been okay, but that's mostly because of my surgery and not because we weren't making enough money. So if anything, this will kind of help us pay off the medical debt now, but yeah, it wasn't necessarily for money. Oh, you saw the thumbnail? Yes. Did you like the thumbnail? I'm glad you're excited. Did you like the thumbnail? I was like really trying to like figure out how to not copy my past thumbnail to make a new thumbnail. But much like so many other, I was literally complaining to Des because we did a secret private plane of repo, just me and her, complaining that like so many indie games that I don't understand why they do this. I can't see it being that hard. Not that I know how to make games, but they don't have an in-game way to take a screenshot. And that's something I love about Sims and about Minecraft, is that I can take a screenshot and I can then use that screenshot for a thumbnail later, instead of needing to then go back to my VOD and take a screenshot from the VOD, or people who record their stream who have like better computers will then take a screenshot from their recording. And I'm just like, that should just not be necessary. It shouldn't be necessary in this time and age, when you know you're making this game with the hopes that streamers like it and they play it so that other people can then play your game. Because if a streamer plays your game, especially the big streamers play your game, then other people are going to play your game. So, or like YouTubers too, not just streamers, but a content creator playing your game, you should make it so that they can take screenshots easily or pictures easily in the game, so that we can make thumbnails, or even put it in to make advertisements on like TikTok, and not really TikTok, but like on Instagram or Blue Sky, or if anybody's still on Twitter. Well, the gaming community is pretty big on Twitter still. It's starting to fade, but it's still there. I should be able to take a screenshot with one button or even two buttons in the game, and then it goes to some folder somewhere, and I can use it for a thumbnail. Like, no, that it should not be a thing that I have to use all kinds of different wild ways to get a fucking thumbnail or a picture for the game. Like, no. So that is my gaming rant for the day. Oh, you did like it. Yay. Yay. I'm glad. Okay. That is definitely my unique problem that Des and Bunkle don't have to worry about, because you don't need thumbnails on Twitch. But as a YouTube streamer, I need thumbnails before I even play the game. So, yeah. And like the first thumbnail was a generic thumbnail, and that's fine. That's fine to have a generic thumbnail for the very first time you're going to play a game. But if you've already played it once, you should be able to have a thumbnail that is more keen to what you've played in the game. Like in Minecraft, I will take a screenshot from whatever I've streamed. I'll pick something that I think is nice, and then that thumbnail, that becomes next stream's thumbnail. And I reference something from past stream and then our plans for the current one. I don't know. I mean, I technically haven't been holding it in, because me and Des were talking about it when we were playing the game, just me and her together, no audience. Like, we were just fooling around with mods and stuff. So, because she agreed with me that's stupid. that there should be a screenshot function in every new game that comes out. So, yes, that is my fiery rant. Okay, I'm gonna go. We don't need to. Today is writing day, not ranty stream game day. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a special friend stream of Repo. Oh, okay. I was like, is this a big delay? No, my phone was just behind. Okay. What was I? Yeah, goodbye. I was saying goodbye. That's what I was saying. Goodbye. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for gaming fun times. All right. And correct buttons. Oh, wait. What did that say? Hold on. Oh, no. That was something you had already said. Okay. Bye.